rid of this. Don't want to be watching that the whole time. There we go. Let's get that up in the corner. And how well is this? How good is this looking? Not good at all at the moment. Can't see anything. So, slight delay here. Here we go. Gotta get through the adverts. So, live. Let's skip the ad. Okay, so that looks like everything's working. Have we got anybody watching yet? Not at the moment. Okay. So this will take a while to get up and running. A couple of minutes. Okay, we've got a few people watching. Great. So I reckon we can probably get started. Give it a minute or two. So what are we going to do in today's video? We're going to look at 2 exam activities taken from the reading and use of English section from the C2 Proficiency exam. And obviously the first one we're going to look at is what you can see here on the screen, which is very similar. Well, it's exactly the same as what you would see in part 2 of the reading and use of English exam. It's the open-close activity where you have 8 gaps and you just have to know the answer, basically. I'll be showing the answers on the screen as we go, and it would be good to get some participation. So people commenting in the chat on what they think is the answer. I'm just going to wait until this picks up a little bit because we've got only a couple of people watching at the moment, so hopefully we get a few more. I really need to start announcing these live videos. Stop doing them on the spur of the moment like this, but that's the way we're doing it today. I'm just doing it spontaneously, again, surprising the viewers, surprising the subscribers. Looks like we're going to hit 10,000 subscribers this week, which is a fantastic thing. A milestone, a psychological barrier that we're going to break through. Let's get some comments in the chat. I'm going to wait until we get a couple more viewers, and then I'm going to get started with the exercise. So we can see the title of the exercise, The Early Years of MTV. And obviously the words we're going to be looking at, prepositions, parts of phrasal verbs, parts of set phrases, things like that. And okay, well, I guess we can get started, and it would be good to get some comments. So let me know what you think the answers are when we get to each gap. Okay, so it says, the early years of MTV. The popular TV music channel MTV was launched in 1981 in the US with the intention of playing but music videos. With the intention of playing what but music videos? Can we get some comments in the chat? What do you think it is? So its intention, I think, was only to play music videos. The original idea of MTV was to only play music videos. So what's the missing word in number 1? Do we know it? I think I know it. I'm going to look at the answers here at the bottom right-hand corner. In the bottom right-hand corner, I'm going to be showing the answers. I think the answer to number 1 would be, if we're saying that their intention was only to show music, their intention was of playing nothing but music videos. So let's have a look if that's the right answer in number 1. Oops, I nearly showed the answer to number 2. Yeah, number 1 is nothing. Right, so I'll just quickly write that in the chat for anyone who's joining a bit later. 1, nothing. There we go. There we have the first answer. Okay. So the intention was of showing nothing but music videos. Obviously it evolved and started showing lots of other things and doing things like, I don't know, Jackass and whatever, and all those other famous shows that MTV has. I only had terrestrial TV as a kid. I didn't have Sky and stuff like that, so I didn't get to see all of these American programs, unfortunately. But anyway, It was a brilliant marketing concept as it came at little cost while extremely attractive to record companies and advertisers. So I suppose, yes, it wasn't very expensive because the musicians, the artists, the record companies were producing the material, right? They were producing the music videos, whereas MTV just had to host it, really. Almost like YouTube now. They don't really, all they do is provide a platform. So it was a brilliant idea. It was a brilliant marketing concept as it came at little cost, while at the same time, it was very attractive to the record company. So what is the missing word in number 2? So it came at little cost while... Any ideas? Anyone in the chat at all? Some people watching, nobody giving any ideas as to what it might be? Well, I think at the same time as being extremely attractive to record companies. So let's just quickly have a look at number 2. Yes, it is being there. So a few of you might have seen that when I accidentally showed it a few seconds ago. But anyway, there you have it. Yeah, I'll just write that in the chat. Number 2, being. Yeah, I think we should have got that without too many problems. So yeah, great marketing concept, of course, because they were essentially just providing a platform for these music producers to put their material on. No, it was a completely new idea and was pretty cheap to produce, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, the videos were guided by an air host known as a VJ, yeah, video jockey, I think. No, the videos were guided by a VJ. The term is a conflation, right, of video and disc jockey, a DJ, disc jockey, if you didn't know that, because the jockey is like the person that rides a horse, right? Because they mount a horse, you mount the discs on the record player, and so that's where that comes from. Oh, we've got somebody saying that in number 3 they think they know the answer. So the VJs are now a of the past. So this is an expression which means they're outdated, they no longer exist. They are, we've got a suggestion that number 3 might be a thing of the past. That's absolutely right, I think. I can't think of any other option that would fit in there. So let's have a look at number 3 and see if it is that VJs are a thing of the past. Yeah, it is. So number 3 is definitely a thing, and I think that's true, right? I haven't heard the term VJ before, so that's just a thing that came into our language very late and disappeared pretty quickly, I guess. Yeah, video jockey, I've never heard of it, I don't think. So the VJs are now a thing of the past, but number 4, their heyday, they were MTV, attaining cult status. So I guess at the time when they were most popular, we talk about, this is an expression that essentially means when things were going well. No, VJs have disappeared, they're a thing of the past now, but in their heyday, we've got a few people suggesting that, one person suggesting that, so number 4, yeah, is in their heyday, I think. Let's just check it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. We should be able to see that there. So yeah, in their heyday, in number 4, in their heyday, they were MTV. They represented what MTV was all about, attaining cult status. It was presenters on the station that Russell Brand and Alex Zane got their first career breaks. Well, it was doing the job of presenter. So what's the word that would work in gap number 5, which means that they were working, and this is one that people get wrong all the time. People often say like in this situation, and like isn't the correct word. So they were doing the job of presenting, and that was their first big break, right? Your big break is the first opportunity you're given, your first step, your first rung on the career ladder, essentially. And we've got Nuria suggesting that in number 5 it might be, what did you say? As, yes, I think you're absolutely right. It was as presenters, so doing the job of a presenter, right? Of presenting. So yeah, I think so. It was as presenters that Russell Brand and Alex Zane got their first career breaks. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, 5 as. Well, you're definitely right because we've just checked the answers. Yeah, Russell Brand on MTV. I remember him talking about working on MTV. He said he absolutely hated it, and I think that's it gave him money when he was already a heroin addict. So he didn't enjoy being a VJ, being an MTV presenter. I remember him saying, "Interesting person, Russell Brand." Anyway, what else? MTV changed the way we experience music with we watched records instead of just listening to them. Yeah. Record companies were quick to appreciate this, and acts such as Madonna and Boy George appeal was as much about their good looks. Their music went global. Right. So we've got a couple of suggestions in. We've got a suggestion as to what could be the answer in 6. Okay, so what do we think? So we're talking about Madonna and Boy George, and we're talking about their appeal, right? The appeal that they had at the time. So Madonna and Boy George went global. The appeal belongs to them, right? So I think you're absolutely right. We've seen in 6 a suggestion that it could be whose. I think you're right. Boy George, Madonna and Boy George, whose appeal? Let's just check that if that's the correct answer. It is Madonna and Boy George, whose appeal? So 6. Whose, just make sure that gets recorded in the chat. Whose appeal was as much about their good looks? Was it Madonna? I suppose, maybe, and Boy George. Androgynous, I suppose, is the biggest compliment you could give Boy George. Was he considered good looking? I don't know. Maybe he was. I tell you what I've noticed as I've got older is that he's actually a very good singer. When you're younger, all you notice is that is he a man? Is he a woman? I don't know. He's called Boy George, so you assume he's a boy. And then, oh my God, I've noticed as I've got older, I appreciate his singing more. He's a great singer. Anyway, Boy George, whose appeal was about as much about their looks, as their music, as a few people are saying. Yes, very good. So number 7, I think, is almost certainly as, but we'll check it. In number 7, so I think we have to slide over to the right here a little bit. Oh my word, I've lost my place completely. These things can happen. Oh dear, hang on, I'll find it. So we're on. This is the problem of going live. You got to be very quick. This is a nightmare. Where am I? Oh, it's gone again. Jesus Christ. So where am I? Unit 6. Oh God. There we are. Yeah, we can see the final 2 answers there, but never mind, so long as we can see something. Yeah, so we've... Oh, it's gone again. Oh, this is a nightmare. I suppose it could be kind of entertaining to be watching me suffer like this, to some degree. I gotta say, this is like a bad dream at the moment. Ah, the nervous laughter. Okay, right. So you can see all the answers there to this exercise. I'm going to try and get this back under control. There we go. So, there we go. Okay, so it says, was as much about their good looks as their music went global. Such was the music video's impact that film directors at the height of their careers were attracted to the medium. So yeah, it actually ended up attracting film directors into the music video producing market. Absolutely. Such was the impact. Such was the impact, as we could say in the present, such is the status of something. Okay, very good. We're going to try one more exercise now. Hopefully it doesn't go so badly. We're going to try a part 3 type exercise here, again about music, which has been the topic of a number of videos recently, because I'm sort of following the objective proficiency book. And how can I fit myself in here somehow? There we go. That looks more or less okay, I think. Now, got to be very careful not to lose my place on the answers here. Right, okay, so there we go. So we've got the Other Mozart, which is the article here, and this is a part 3 type activity. So what are we looking at? We're looking at word formation. Okay, so we're taking the root word and manipulating it in some way, changing it into another part of speech. Okay, so let's go for it. The Other Mozart. Everyone has heard of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Few of his musical son Franz Xaver. A new CD collection entitled The Other Mozart celebrates Franz's music in all its haunting, melancholy innocence. Right, so from melancholy, we want to create an adjective. So what is the adjective of melancholy? I think possibly we hear the adjective more than the noun. So I think most people should know this one. In number 1, yeah, we've got it in the chat already. Melancholic. Yeah, absolutely. I think that is right. Let's just check here. Make sure I don't move this too much. Yeah, it is melancholic in number 1, right? Yes, I think a fairly simple start here. Melancholic innocence. How do you describe melancholy? It's a strange feeling, eh? The 27 songs are brief slivers of ideas, underdeveloped shadows of what might have been, reaching a beautiful fulfill in later work. So to fulfill is to realize something, no? If you have expectations, if you have dreams, you have aspirations, you can fulfill them. But if you want to reach something, what is it? Your objective. And we've got the suggestion fulfillment in the chat. I think you're right. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's what you reach. Note there, as it says in the answers, that it's with 1 L or 2 L's, and I'm not sure if we put fulfillment, I forget, in British English with 2 L's, like traveling. I think it might be British English where we put it with 1 L. I forget. How would I write it? Fulfillment. I don't know. I'd have to write it, and even then I might be getting it wrong. But they accept both spellings, okay? So, this is a problem as well, because I'm always reading things from all over the world. So it makes you doubt sometimes which is the way I was taught to write it. I can't remember how many times will I've written the word fulfillment in my time at school. Anyway, a beautiful fulfillment in later works, definitely. Okay. But it is clear that the music never reaches the of his genius father, right? The high is the adjective. I think we want the noun. Again, this is one you should know, but again, this is one that people misspell quite a lot. And I think we've got it in the chat. But again, yeah, not too difficult, but heights of his genius father, right? Actually, no, in the chat, we had the word height. Right, okay, so the heights, I wonder if they would accept, according to this, no, they wouldn't accept the word height in singular. Yeah, often when we talk about greatness, we do talk about the heights, the pinnacle, the greatness of his genius father. So it never reaches the heights. Yes, the heights of fame, the heights of glory, the heights of Abraham. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue then with the rest of them. Franz was the youngest of Mozart's children, and his mother's hopes and ambitions focused on him following the mature death of his father. Well, his father died very young. I think Mozart died when he was about 35, something like that. So it was I think we probably got it in the chat. Yeah, a premature death. I think that's absolutely right. The premature death. Let's see if we can get that without messing things up again. Premature. Yeah, absolutely. The premature death. Yes, he died very young, of course, Mozart. I don't know what of. Syphilis, probably. I don't know. The premature death of his father. The very best teachers were, yeah, like immediately available. No, so they were, because of who he was, because he was the son of Mozart. I think we want an adverb here. They were available. How were they available? They were, I think we got it in the chat. Yes, they were automatically available. Let's just check that. But I think in number 5, yes, it should be. Automatically, yes. Can we see that? Yeah, you can just about see that. Maybe I need to. There. Now everyone can see it. Yes, they were automatically available to him, of course, because of who he was. Being the son of Mozart, you know, the best teachers in the world are going to want to take you on because they think you're gonna, you're guaranteed to be great. No, they were automatically available to him. To Franz, who made his public debut as a singer aged 5. The songs bring to light Franz's pianistic accomplishment. The piano parts are extremely demanding. The songs hint at Franz's love for a woman. They speak time and again of attain, love, and unfulfilled long, right? So I guess we're talking about love that cannot be attained. So we want an adjective with an attain, which means something can't be attained. I think, as has been suggested in the chat here, I think it's unattainable. So let's have a look at number 6 and see if that's right. Yeah, so there we have it, unattainable. We have unattainable love there. And unfulfilled want for something, desire. And we have the word long. And I think this has been put in the chat again. And the answer, I think, is correct that we can see here in the chat. If you're looking at it from Khan, if I'm pronouncing that right, he has said that it's longing. And yeah, this is like desire, often related to love and lust. and wanting, and yeah, it's going to be longing, I think. So let's have a look. If he's got that right, yes, absolutely. Longing in number 7. Desire, a deep desire for something. When we talk about longing, it's often to do with love, often accompanied with feelings of abandonment. Okay, so number 8. Realist, however, yeah, I think this one's fairly easy. The fact remains that this music, had it been written by a composer of any other name, would probably have remained buried in the archives, right? So yeah, I think in all reality, Nuria has suggested that it would be realistically. I think she is absolutely right. Let's just check that. It is realistically. Yeah, realistically, that is what would have happened if he wasn't called Mozart. Yeah. Nepotism, eh? All right. Okay, so we've been going for a while now. Yeah, just a couple of exercises then today. It was a short video. Hopefully it's been useful. Hopefully you can see with these 2 exercises the kind of level of vocabulary you have to attain to be at C2 proficiency level. It's, these exercises really, with practice, the vocabulary ones, the parts 1, 2, 3, definitely, they should be getting easier and easier every time you practice them. No? And really, I think that's the case for most people. No? I don't know what you think. I find that the ones that require more time, the parts 4, 5, 6, 7, they're the ones that we need to spend a lot more time on improving and finding techniques for, because they're the ones that really people struggle with every year. I see it right from first certificate through to proficiency. So I think these exercises are good. They're good to help us recap and remind us where we need to be. But yeah, usually they're not the ones that cause the most trouble for candidates. Anyway, I think that's enough for today, and I'll probably get back to some normal videos this week at some point if I find time, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.